What's going on, everybody? Welcome to G-Mize World Podcast. And as we close out Week 15 of the 2018 NFL season with the Saints and the Panthers, we stumbled upon a game that we probably didn't think we would get. The Saints has really been struggling since the loss to the Cowboys, and now Cam Newton with a shoulder injury, we were able to see that he just wasn't himself. Now, regardless if he is, the injury is really extensive, we've seen this from Cam before where he's just plain out played awful. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, that pick to Eli Apple, like, if you're going to throw a pick, you never want to throw it to Eli Apple because there's a reason why the New York Giants got rid of him. But that's neither here nor there. Maybe he's, playing well. I don't know, bro. But from what I saw while he was with the Giants, he's not that good of a cornerback, but he was playing out of his mind. That wasn't the only play that he made with that interception right before the half, which really cost the Panthers the game, in my opinion, because obviously the Saints got the ball back at the half, so it just became a complete debacle of whatever the game was going to be. Now, we're going to talk about some of the things that are going on. As far as defensively with the Panthers, they're not that bad. They were able to hold this team to 12 points, a team that was flying high, averaging over 30 a game up until they went to see the Dallas Cowboys. But this is the situation right now. The Panthers are pretty much, I think they're done at 6-8. There is like a wild hope that they could possibly make it in. But with the Saints one win away from getting home field advantage, I really don't think that they're probably going to be any type of scenario where they don't win out. I think the Saints should win out and probably win, go 14-2. With that being the case, with Minnesota with their record, I don't really think that, the Panthers will possibly even get a wild card. Even if they end up going, 8-8, I don't think that they're going to make it. And it's a very disappointing season. A lot of losses that were slipped away. There were wins that were slipped away from the Panthers. And again, it's just another year where it's like, okay, Cam Newton had an MVP season, went to the Super Bowl, and then he's never been, anything that he was that year. And it's very, very hard to try to figure out exactly what these players are doing. But I'm not going to try to sit up here and decipher it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to go through like a prophecy or something. He's been playing terrible. On a good note, though, McCaffrey is pretty good. Okay, McCaffrey's been out there shining. And you know what's crazy about this whole situation? It's sort of like he's becoming like a dink and dunker. Like a lot of people, that's what it looks like everybody's starting to do now. I don't know if that's like the in thing, but quarterbacks don't seem to want to get the ball down the field anymore. I don't know what's going on right now. It just seems as if people don't want to get the like. Maybe he doesn't have the receivers. Devin Funchess is garbage. Like I don't know what to say. Like I gotta blame somebody. If I'm looking at this as a coach, I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going on because I can't really looking at the entirety of the game. Drew Brees, who they want to give the MVP so bad because he's never won one, and also because he's like a leading quarterback in completion percentage and all that stuff, and he's accurate. Bro, I don't really care about that. Like the way that he's playing right now, I'm gonna go with the guy that has the most touchdowns in Patrick Mahomes. Now, listen, Patrick Mahomes has also been doing whatever he wants to in certain cases, but obviously we have to wait to see how it unfolds. But these last 2 weeks is going to determine what the deal it really is. You know what I'm saying? Like when you talking about MVPs, but this was a hard-fought game, bro. Kamara is probably the only guy having 109 total yards off of 21 touches that really did anything in this game other than Mike McCaffrey. McCaffrey's a really good running back, and I think that he's probably, he's like a bright star in the future of the Panthers if they continue to, let Cam Newton have him as that safety blanket. But even certain parts of the game, it was like he couldn't even get the ball to him. Like maybe the O-line the O-line just sucks for the Panthers. I don't, bro. The last play of the game when the dude shot right through the middle, I don't know exactly why that's happening. Maybe he did blitz. The guard looked like he picked up, a ghost like a Casper or whatever, and it just moved out the way and let the guy in. But I don't know exactly. Overall, again, I don't know if that shoulder injury is completely to blame for the way Cam Newton played. I just want to be honest with you guys, bro. Like, the dude comes out and just does whatever he wants regardless. And again, if he is really injured, you know what I'm saying, going out there, nobody really cares. You see what I'm saying? Like, once you're out there, and then when he asked the coach, they asked Ron Rivera, like, are they going to sit him for the last 2 games? He just said no. You know what I'm saying? Like, Cam Newton is Cam Newton. When he had that big run where he was trucking dudes and he got the first down, it was, that's what we expect from him. That's pretty much what it's all about. But I don't know exactly, what's going to be happening. Did I just call him Mike McCaffrey? It's supposed to be Christian McCaffrey. I apologize for that. But yeah, like Christian McCaffrey, Why would I say Mike? Is there another Mike McCaffrey? I don't know what's going on. Don't worry about that, bro. Just go ahead and I had like a crazy moment right there. But again, this is the major situation of what's going on within this whole Panthers organization. They have to figure out if Cam Newton is that guy. Now, in my opinion, they're kind of stuck with Cam because you can't do anything else with him. And even if they were to say, you know what, this guy sucks or whatever, like let's just say that they feel that Cam Newton is not that guy. Sort of like how Bill Belichick felt like, Tom Brady just wasn't going to be that guy anymore, tried to get rid of him through the back door and keep Garoppolo. It's no way that you get rid of Cam Newton right now. Like, he's still better than a lot of the quarterbacks in the league. And like I said, even with this shoulder injury right now, it still seems kind of weird the way that he's playing. Like, it just seems like there's no excuse for the way that he's playing because he's played like this before and it wasn't due to injury. So, like I said, my gut feeling, I don't think the Panthers are going to the playoffs regardless of whatever happens at 6-8, even if they win out, unless everybody just starts losing. You know what I'm saying? Unless the Vikings just don't do anything at all, I don't really see how this can really work out. It just doesn't make any sense. The Eagles and the Vikings and the Redskins, they're all in pursuit of the 6th seed. I just don't. It doesn't make any sense. But again, the Redskins might lose out. They got Josh Johnson, a guy that, he sucks, but he was able to beat the, who was the team they just beat the other day? Jacksonville Jaguars. Like, I don't know how it happened, but it happened. So the NFL is a very, very weird thing. Either way, I don't think that based on the way that their offense is playing, other than Christian McCaffrey, Funchess is trash. Like, bro, I don't know what he's doing. He just doesn't come up with big plays. Cam Newton doesn't have a bailout guy. You remember when Steve Smith was there? Like, he had a bailout guy. He doesn't have a bailout guy right now. And that seems to be the issue. That's what my problem is with the whole situation. It's like, hold on. If Cam Newton is under duress and he needs to get the ball to somebody, Devin Funchess is not that guy. McCaffrey is, but they're gonna sometimes take him out of the play because they know that that's like the security blanket. Like every coach is gonna make sure that they take away what your main person, whatever it is, and that's what that is. But usually there's a guy that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Most quarterbacks have that person. He has it. Drew Brees has that, and Mike Thomas. Like, you have a guy that you can go to, even though Mike Thomas didn't play as well. During Monday Night Football, it's still a situation where he knows he can rely on him. All right. So again, if they go to the playoffs, it's like a waste of time. They're not beating anybody. Defensively, they're pretty decent. Kuechly, Thomas, they're trying to do what they got to do to compete with the Flying Dutchman and Jalen Smith over with the Cowboys for the best duo in the league. But again, there's really nothing that I can't take anything from this game to say that the Panthers, they're worthy. If they were to get into the playoffs, they would be able to do anything. I just honestly can't. Now, jumping back over to Drew Brees, he's been playing terrible. Okay, I don't know if the Cowboys got into his head. I don't know what's going on. But again, I know that the story would be nice if he was supposed to get an MVP. At this point right now, I'm going to be honest with you. Patrick Mahomes, if he gets like 10 more touchdowns, in these next 2 games, which I think he possibly can because the teams that he's playing sucks. If this goes on, you got to give it to Patrick Mahomes. You got to give it to the guy with the most touchdowns. I've never seen where they've given it to a guy with less touchdowns. So they can't just change it up because Drew Brees, they're going to try to bring in accuracy and all that kind of foolishness. They have to give it to the guy with the most touchdowns. So I still think, in my opinion, that, Patrick Mahomes is probably going to walk away with it. But we'll see how it transpires because the Chiefs play no defense. So we don't know. If they lose, though, if the Chiefs continue to lose and, they go through that whole thing like, the Andy Reid team situation, they always slip towards the second half of the season. If that happens, then I would understand them not giving it to Patrick Mahomes because obviously, it wouldn't have ended the way it's supposed to. And then maybe Drew Brees wakes up, but then we don't know if Sean Payton's going to sit him. If Sean Payton sits him at any point during these last 2 games, he cannot win the MVP. So I really fully expect that Mahomes is going to play the last 2 games. I don't know if after they win their next game, the Saints, when they secure home field advantage, what's the point? What's the point of playing him? So we got to wait to see how that actually unfolds. But again, the MVP, it looks like it's still Patrick Mahomes. I would like to hear what you guys and girls think about that situation, but I'm going to have to go with the fact that I think that they're going to give it to the guy with the most touchdowns. I also want to know what you think about it. Was Cam Newton just being Cam Newton, or do you blame the injury for, the shoulder injury? I'm very interested to see what's going on. Either way, we have an exciting 2 weeks left of the NFL season. Definitely come back and join me. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love.